So I actually want to invite you to have a tool that I created, right, when it comes to time management. And this tool is my workbook called Time on Your Terms. And it's just that simple. It is helping you learn to create more time and use your time on your own terms. It's a very simple, powerful workbook that's not just going to give productivity tips and tricks. Really, the purpose of this workbook is to help change your mind so the transformation, the change that you're looking for is long lasting. I really focus more in this workbook on using your personal values to help manage your time versus you, again, just making a to-do list, having productivity hacks. Because like I've said before, there are so many videos on YouTube. There's so much information about productivity. If that was all that was necessary, you would have been able to manage your time better at this point, right? You've probably watched all the It Girl videos, That Girl, This Girl, Autumn Tings. You've probably watched all of that, but it's just not working. So now it's more of a transformational shift in the mind, getting in the mindset of how can I actually manage my time that's a best fit for me, that is sustainable for me. So I invite you to go on the website, luxurystateofmind.com. You will find the Time on Your Terms on the website. Again, Time on Your Terms, once you purchase, it will be sent automatically to your email, or you can actually click the link in the description of this podcast and I'll have the product there so you can easily purchase it. It's just a simple, powerful tool that's really going to help you get on the way to managing your time better. Welcome to the Luxury State of Mind podcast, where we focus on intentionally crafting a life that feels tailor-made for you. On each episode, you'll learn how to create luxury in your everyday life and celebrate the uniqueness that is you. I'm your host, Dammy, and I'm excited to help you develop a luxury state of mind. Hey there, welcome back to the Luxury State of Mind podcast. I'm your host, Dammy, and on this podcast, my goal is to help you live in luxury every single day of your life. So every day you can live a life that feels meaningful, authentic, luxurious to you. So on this podcast, we break down luxury into 3 principles. First one being identity, second one being intentionality, and then third one being freedom of choice. So looking at those principles, it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what designer clothes you have or what trips you've taken. Luxury first starts in the mind, and anybody can live in luxury. So that's the luxury state of mind concept. And I believe that authenticity is the best form of luxury. So all the episodes, all the content is helping you to push you closer to what authenticity is for you. And a huge way that you can live in authenticity is managing your time. So we are still talking about time management. And I know that you need it. I know that you love it, because I know 2025, you are not trying to play no games at all. Maybe by this time, I don't know, maybe you're like, your New Year resolutions are down the drain, and what you said you were going to do, you're like, whatever. Well, I'm here to revive you. I'm here to, clear. Make the heart rise again, the chest beat again. I'm here to help you decide and to also have a different outcome by the end of 2025, to transform where you are to where you want to be, and to transform your mind, not just to be doing things, right? This is not about, I just need to do a whole bunch of stuff. I need to work harder. I have fallen into that trap for so many years. What I am also studying and realizing is transformation starts with you as a person, be, do, have. So transforming yourself, transforming your mind, transforming how you think, deciding new decisions so you can do the things that will allow you to have what you want. And again, a great tool to do that is time management. So I'm going to just introduce to you my own process of time management. It is a 5-step process. It is actually so easy. If you can just put these 5 steps together, do these 5 steps, you will be a master of time management. You will be able to do so much with so little time. And not just anything, not busyness. I'm not talking about busyness, but just doing work, productive things that allow you to, again, evolve into the person that you want to be. So you can have the results you want to have. So just envision yourself. Like, what is it that you want? Is it that you want deeper relationships with the people that you love? Maybe your kids or your spouse? Is it that you want to start a business, that you have a dream of, having an extra source of income, but using your skills and your talents and what God has given you to transform other people's lives and to serve them in the way that only you, for some reason, or you see the problems in the way that you see them, and you just know, like, man, somebody's got to do something about it, and that person is you, but you need the time to do it. Or maybe you want to transform the way you think about yourself. You want to transform the way you've adopted a mindset that was negative, that made you feel like a failure, but now you want to be confident. You see yourself as somebody who glides through the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoulders back, people look at you and be like, dang, who is that? Oh my God, like, she's so cool. Have you gotten to know her? Like, you want to be that girl. I get it. A way you can do that is through managing your time. So I'm going to share with you this 5-step process that I actually share a lot about in my workbook, Time on Your Terms. So you can find how this process looks like within that workbook. But I'm going to just share with you this 5-step process. This is going to be really quick and easy, something that you can easily do and also master. So the first thing that you're going to do to manage your time better is you are going to audit your time. You want to audit your time because you need to count the cost. Where is my time going? How much time do I actually have? You want to know where your time is going, because you may be feeling negatively about yourself, feeling less confident, feeling all the negative emotions, feeling like a failure because you are trying to cram activities, especially if you work 9 to 5 and you want to better use your time after work. You may be trying to cram a whole bunch of stuff in such a little time, and then who knows, maybe you might actually complete it, but you're always burnt out and tired. Or you are just feeling like, man, I wasn't able to do it, and because I'm not able to do it, I'm a failure. I'm the problem. And you've now labeled yourself as the problem. You're not productive. And, you try to keep getting back on the train, but you just can't for some reason. So you want to count the cost. You want to know, where is my time going? How much time do I actually have available? So we're switching from, I don't have time, right? That's everybody's thing. I don't have time, to how much time do I actually have available? When you're auditing your time, when you look at, for example, you can go on a Google Calendar and put your time, like, okay, this is the time I have to go to, like, that I go to work or that I commute to work. This is the time that, maybe I help my kids out with their school, or this is the time that I have my quiet time. This is the time. So look at what you're doing right now. Don't change anything. Just look at what you're doing right now. See where the time is going. And then from there, you'll get a better gauge of what is happening at this stage. So again, you don't even have to change anything. Just audit your time. See where your time is going. The second thing that you're going to do, now that you're aware that you know how much time, where it's going, girl, even put on that thing how much time you're on your phone per day. Like, put it all, what you are doing right now, right? So first one is audit. Second one is vision. So based off of who you are as a person, what your personal values are, you want to ask yourself very honestly, does my schedule, the way that I have allocated my time, is it going to bring me closer to where it is that I want to be, or who I believe I want to become, or the experiences that I want to have? Does it align? This is a no judgment zone. This is not, oh, you see, well, because you didn't do it right, that's where you are, where you are right now. Da-da-da-da. No. That's not what we're doing. Like, just cut that out. We are doing just self-reflection and wondering, okay, well, this is what I say I want to do, or this is where I say I want to experience, or this is the type of experience I want to have. Have I been doing it? Does what I am doing align with my personal values? And I did mention on a previous episode that a way you'll know what you actually value at this stage is what you spend your money and your time on. So is there a little bit of distance? Is there a little bit of, oh man, like, I say I want this, but my actual time and even my money is going to something different? So now that you are clear on your personal values, you're clear on what it is that you want to do, it's like, okay, I can easily adjust. I can easily make changes because we want to base our time on our personal values versus just being productive and doing a whole bunch of stuff. That is an unproductive way of managing your time. When your time is fueled and the way that you manage your time is fueled by what it is, again, that you aspire to have, who you aspire to become, the experiences you aspire to experience, when those things lead your time management, then it is a no-brainer on how to spend your time with the time that you actually have, not made up time, but the time that you actually have. So first, audit your time, then have vision for your time. Your vision is going to be based off of your personal values. So now when it comes to actually figuring out how to manage your time well on a day-to-day, weekly, monthly basis, what you're going to focus on is prioritization. So this is exactly what I do. I literally prioritize. And how you decide to prioritize and how I do it is I decide what will push me forward this day. What am I going to do today that will help me become XYZ? That will help me become a professional speaker. That will help me become fit. That will help me become whatever it is. You fill in the blank for yourself. So you put tasks, you don't put a long task of things, you just say, what will help me to become? And you want to do this because you can do more with less time. You don't need 4 or 5 hours to do something if you don't have the time for it. But if you audit your time, you'll know that you got the time for it. So you will realize, okay, I just got to prioritize some things. I just got to move some things around. And then I can open up time for the things that are really going to make life feel exciting. It's going to make life feel enjoyable. So there's this term like Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, and it talks about prioritization. So that's another book. If you're looking for more skills to learn on priority, that's one book that you can read. But honestly, if you really want to get in your prioritization game, you're just thinking backwards. Okay, what will help push me forward? What's the 1 to 3 things, or really the one thing? Think about that. The one thing that I can do today that will let me or push me forward. And then it's like, if you get to the other stuff, that's cool. But if you just did that one thing today, then it felt like a successful day. So you want to, again, audit, have a vision, and then you want to prioritize when you are reinventing your schedule. So now you are aware of your prioritizations. I keep saying prioritizations. You're aware of your priorities. Like, girl, you're aware of your priorities because, again, you looked at your personal values. You're aware of your priorities. Now you want to start implementing. You want to make a plan to execute that is sustainable for you, and then act. So you know what your personal values are. You know where your time is going. So now all you need to do is move your schedule around. Where can you add more time here? Where can you reduce more time? What are the things that are not working? You make a plan that is sustainable, and you may have to try multiple plans. You may not get it, the first week or 2 or 3. You just try different things, but you execute. You make a plan that is sustainable. The keyword is sustainable for you. And then you execute, you act. And even if you shoot for the moon and land on the stars, at least you shot higher than what you expected versus, oh, well, this just is not who I am. I don't plan. I don't do this. I don't do that. We talked about that in the myths. Like, oh, I'm just a go with the flow type of person. I don't really, do this and do that. You can say that if you are actually getting the things that you want done. But if you're not getting those things done, then you are not a go with the flow person. You don't have the capacity to say that. You need to get on your P's and Q's and make a plan and act on that plan. You may have to do a couple of them, but that's okay, as long as it's sustainable. All right, so now you've made a plan and you've implemented it. So implementation. So the last thing is adjusting. You think about, okay, what worked, what didn't work. All right, I tried this week. I was able to keep up with my workouts, but I don't know, it just felt weird. Maybe I need to adjust the timer. I was not able to keep up with the workouts for some reason. I just was so exhausted. Okay, maybe I need to work out now in the morning versus after work. Maybe I need to take a walk in the morning versus after work, or maybe I need to go find a dance class, or maybe I need to go find this and that. But what you're doing is you adjust. You get feedback from what you've implemented, and then you just adjust. And you give yourself the freedom to adjust. It does not have to be perfect every day, but you're going to shoot for, you are going to do this, and this is what I set out to accomplish today, and you act on that. But you give yourself the freedom when necessary to adjust so you can make a better plan and become more successful in what it is that you want to see, and what it is that you want to experience, and what results that you want. And it's a journey. I've mentioned that before. It is a journey, this time management skill building, but once you learn it, you're good. If you do these 5 things, you audit your time. Where's your time going right now? You create a vision for where it is that you want to go based off of personal values. You learn to prioritize daily versus doing a whole to-do list based off of the time that you realize that, okay, this is what I want to go. You implement a plan and you execute that plan, and then you just adjust. You adjust accordingly. If you can do those 5 things, girl, you be managing your time like this. You stay the journey and do that, then your life will completely change by the end of 2025. And wherever it is that you're listening to this podcast, your life can change instantly. Or whatever time frame you are listening to this podcast, your life can change and it can evolve and transform, because this podcast is about transformation, not just doing things, but transforming your mind, transforming who you are as a person so you can live more authentically, because authenticity is the best form of luxury. So if you have decided, you've made a decision that I'm going to transform my life, I see how my lack of time management skills have been affecting me. I've missed out on so many good opportunities. I've missed out, or I can see that things are going to go left and I need to change quickly. Or man, my life just feels so monotonous every single day. Like it just feels like the same thing over and over and over and over and over. They said I should be an adult, but adulting is not cool. If that's where you are, any of the 3, all 3, then I invite you to purchase my workbook, Time on Your Terms. Time on Your Terms. So in this workbook, I teach you how to plan around your personal values, and you'll find these strategies within the workbook. And I will share the strategies that I've used, and just these and more strategies that I've used to be able to have a life where it feels more exciting, it feels more interesting, even after work, even after working a 9 to 5, even after doing all those things, standing in traffic and, just living the life. I share the strategies in that book for you to help you learn how to manage your time, but then also adopt a new way of thinking about time management so that you can live that luxury life. You can have that luxury life. You're deserving of it. And this workbook is just a step to help you get there. And if you are like, Dammy, look, I want to see some change in my life immediately. I want to just work with you. Like, can we work together? Can you help me? I want to be more consistent. I want to be more disciplined. I want to see results. Like, I finally want to see the results that I'm looking for, but I just need help with my time. I need help with crafting my vision. So if this is you, I encourage you to click my Calendly link right in the description of this episode. You can click that link and it will lead you to my calendar where you can schedule time, and you'll schedule time and we'll discuss together what would be the best action for you and if we're a good fit to work for each other. So my program lasts for 8 weeks where I'd be championing you all the way through the process so you can get quicker results in your time management skills that will lead you to start living a more fulfilling life where you are right now. So if that's something that's interesting to you, again, click that link in the description and get on my calendar, and we'll decide how to work together and what steps to take for an 8-week program. So I hope that this 5-step process was just so easy. It's like literally a no-brainer. It's like you audit, you envision what you want, you prioritize, you implement, and then you just adjust. It's so easy. So thank you so much for listening to this episode or watching this episode on YouTube. I appreciate you, and I will speak to you on the next one. All right, bye. Thank you for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share with a friend and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also view the full episode on YouTube. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you on the next episode.